Hello and welcome to the next episode of Music on the Brain. I am wearing my Dropkick Murphys hoodie because this is about the music that first started to have a huge impact on me when I started realizing music, I guess you could say. When you're young, you tend to listen to your parents' music, or at least I did, because that's the music I was exposed to, and my parents listened to a lot of oldies and a lot of country. I just kind of liked it, some of it I liked more than others. But it wasn't until my friend gave me a mixtape. When I say mixtape, I don't mean like a mix CD or a playlist. This is before any of that. It was actually a tape. And on this tape, there was a couple of Led Zeppelin songs, which were just like, okay, whatever. Led Zeppelin's good, but they didn't speak to me quite as much. There's a couple Nirvana songs, which I liked. But then I got past that, and the most amazing thing came on. It was NoFX. It was Champs-Élysées, and then Murder the Government. After that was Rancid with Maxwell Murder. I know there was a second one, but I can't remember what the second one was. I want to say it was Ruby Soho. After that was Operation Ivy. I believe it was Unity and The Crowd. And that just, like, my mind went... I started grabbing as much punk as I could, which led me to what I talked about in the last episode, which was Longview by Green Day. And that started me on my love affair of music. Punk is still really influential to me now. I was talking with a friend of mine and I was playing her some new stuff. I was like, oh, it's a lot different and I've been inspired by folk. And she's like, yeah, but I can still hear the punk in it. It just seems like no matter what I do, that punk is always still there. Actually, my favorite punk album from growing up was Life Won't Wait by Rancid. If you've never heard it, I would suggest hearing it if you like punk, but if you like good music. That album is a bit different than their other albums because it's got a lot more influences in it, and you can hear those influences really cool. And I got it, I was on vacation, and I had the CD, I just picked it up. I listened to it straight through probably 10 times that day. Nobody could talk to me because I had my headphones on, and it just shocked me. It was so good. I think that also brought in that aspect of liking different styles, and that love of punk music has evolved over the years. I find I do this with all types of music. If I really like a musician, I start to work not only into their back catalog, but to what influenced them. I've gone back and worked my way back through Bad Religion, Black Flag, back to the Stooges, Richard Hell, all the way back to like Velvet Underground. That's one thing that really interests me, is to see that evolution in reverse and to be able to just strip back and see where all the influences came from. And that's something I suggest everybody does. If you really like music, you should work your way back. I really believe that seed of punk and seeing the influences has opened me up, and that's why I enjoy music so much. It was so radically different to me at the time. I was used to Garth Brooks and Shania Twain and Alabama, and I got kicked in the face by Rancid and NoFX and Operation Ivy. That just sent me off looking at music completely differently. Punk shaped me. It shaped how I liked music. The lyrics were so new to me. They were so good. They were so filled with emotion. And now I find that it doesn't really matter to me how good the singer is, how good the players are. If the lyrics are great and they're filled with emotion, I just fall all over it. And I see that influence of punk in my genre taste now. Even though I listen to everything, it all started with punk. Make sure you subscribe to the page to stay updated, not only on this vlog, but also on the Duck vlog, which is where I play music from my band and my life, stuff I've written. My band Duck Noir is on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, so you can follow any of those if you care. Thank you very much, and have a great night.